Which season do you like the most in your country? What do you normally do when it is sunny? What kind of outdoor activities do you enjoy in winter? How do you think the weather affects our lives? Do you think it is important to find a job related to your major? Which one do you think is better between having a hard job with a higher salary and having an easy job with a lower salary? What difficulties are there when finding a job in your country? Which season do you like the most in your country?
I personally like winter because I love being able to wrap up warm in my favorite sweaters and jackets. They feel really comfortable and cozy when it's cold outside.
What do you normally do when it is sunny?
I usually go out and do some shopping at a farmer's market. Looking around the market is one of my favorite things to do when the weather is nice.
What kind of outdoor activities do you enjoy in winter?
The outdoor activity I enjoy the most in winter is definitely skiing. When I was young, I learned how to ski from my father. Since then, I have been visiting one of the nearby ski resorts with my friends every winter. We have such a great time there.
How do you think the weather affects our lives?
Sometimes, extreme weather can affect our lives in negative ways. For instance, our country is normally affected by strong winds and heavy rains from tropical storms between July and September, and these cause serious damage to roads, houses, and buildings. At the same time, though, we need the rain for farming in our country, so it does have some benefits.
Let me describe a time when my life was affected by the weather. Last year, I was driving to my friend's house in Daejeon, Korea, and it was very warm and sunny, even though it was winter. But it suddenly started to snow a lot as I approached the halfway point of my journey. The road was soon covered with a lot of snow, and I could hardly drive, so I had to stop the car at a motorway service area. Because of the heavy snow, I was forced to take a rest there. At that time, I thought it would stop in a couple of hours, so I just sat in a cafe, drank a cup of coffee, and watched the snowfall. It was a very peaceful moment at first. However, as time went by, it snowed a lot more, which meant that I had to stay at the cafe for over 6 hours. After all that time, it finally stopped snowing, and I cleared the snow off from my car and headed to my friend's house. Because of the weather, I was held up on the road for more than 10 hours in total before I finally reached my destination. From that point onwards, I started to dislike snowfall, especially while driving.
Do you think it is important to find a job related to your major?
Yes, I think it is necessary to get a job related to my major because I want to utilize the knowledge and expertise I've picked up through my major. After studying my major for over 3 years at university, I want to apply all of the things I've learned in an actual professional environment.
Which one do you think is better between having a hard job with a higher salary and having an easy job with a lower salary?
I would definitely prefer to have a hard job with a higher salary because I need more money to live a more fulfilling and comfortable life. I am naturally a hard worker and I enjoy new challenges, so I don't really mind how hard a job is.
What difficulties are there when finding a job in your country?
Even for people who have a university degree, it is still very difficult to get a job in my country. This is partly because almost everyone has a degree and a related certificate these days, so these qualifications are not held in such high regard anymore. Also, there are too many job candidates and too few positions right now because of the economic recession. Another thing is, even if someone is qualified for a position, they also need to prove that they are proficient in English.